Hi, this is Majinoni, and here's my review for Cross Game. Cross Game is a baseball manga put out by Viz, and it's created by Mitsuru Adachi. Now, Mitsuru Adachi, he was more well known for two other mangas. One is Touch, and the other one was H2. Uh, now, Touch was probably his biggest claim to fame in Japan because it was probably one of the biggest baseball romance stories of all time over there. And Cross Game, I was kind of surprised when I heard that he did Cross Game too, because that's like three of them. Well, anyways, the first volume is a really good bargain because you get three volumes in one. So for 19.99, you get three, save $10. Um, Cross Game, like I mentioned before, is well, it's a baseball romance story. But what's really good about this is it has a really nice balance between baseball and the romance side of things. It's not overbearing on either one, and it gives you just enough to keep the story going, type thing. The story centers around two key characters, Ko and Alba. Now, Ko, and I guess you can say, used to date Alba's sister, Wakaba, and I'm using the term date very lightly or loosely when they were really young, like young kids. They Ko and Alba had, I guess you can say, this instant connection where they were the greatest of friends. And this isn't a spoiler part because it's really crucial to the story, and it happens really early. But Wakaba dies, and that kind of now brings Ko and Alba together, as rivals, because Alba did not like Ko at all when they were growing up. And Alba's main, I'm sorry, not Alba, Wakaba had this dream where she saw them together at Koninski, which is like an example of like a Little League baseball World Series type thing. So in a sense, they kind of work together to try to fulfill that dream, in memory of Wakaba. Now, as you can see, the art's pretty simple, but it's fine in that it's simple, and it's not really overbearing or anything like that. It's a really easy read. Well, anyways, going on with the storyline, this takes place over time, so it's not like something that it's basically over a year or something like that. This is over years and years. It's like I said, originally it starts off with Ko as a young kid, and after they go through the storyline of Wakaba, Ko goes to junior high school. He becomes, he's basically secretly becoming a baseball player. He practices pitching, and eventually from there, then it goes into high school. Now, well, Alba is a really good baseball player herself, but because she's a girl, she's not able to participate, after a certain time in terms of for the school. So eventually she becomes a coach, and then she's like the only one that can pretty much guide Ko into becoming a better pitcher. Now, in a way, you can also say this is also a story of childhood friends because, there's all these characters, all the key characters are growing up over time. Like so they all met when they're younger. They all have a connection between each other, and then you're basically watching them progress through, as they grow up. Now, one thing I really like about Cross Game, like I mentioned earlier, is it's not overbearing on one or the other. While there's a romance story that's in the background, it's not like a typical shoujo manga where it's really overbearing, angsty, people are backstabbing each other. It's very pure, it's very innocent, and the relationship flows in a natural direction. Nobody's trying to steal people from each other, nothing like that happens in this. And on the same token, with the baseball side of things, you don't have, like, for an example, one entire volume that covers one game. The baseball matches happen very quickly. You don't get to see the entire game. It's not, like they don't do superhuman abilities, except for you can say Ko is a little different in that his pitching is very good and that he's very fast. But at the same time, he does have weaknesses, and eventually people exploit those weaknesses. So he doesn't win all the time either, which is really good. I mean, it's more realistic in that way. I guess you can say it's a more realistic approach to kids growing up and just playing the game that they love type thing. Now, I would highly recommend this in that it's a good story. It's if you want something that's simple, something that's not gonna it's not gonna pull your hair out because there's infinite bosses, power-ups, inhuman abilities. Cross Game is perfect for you in that sense. Even though it's like part of their Shonen Sunday, it's not like a typical Shonen manga where it's it's the other side of Shonen manga where it's sports. And by far, Cross Game is probably one of the best sports manga that's available in the U.S. There's not a lot, but in terms of characters, in terms of story, everything, this is probably one of the better ones. And because you're getting 3 volumes for $20, I think it's a good deal. This is a good way, if you want to get an idea of what the book is like, this is a good trial, because you get 3 chapters and all at once. So, like I said, I would highly recommend it, especially if you're looking for something a little different, something that's going to take you away from the traditional stuff that we normally read. If you have any comments or questions, just let me know. Rate the video up or down, subscribe to the channel, and until next time.